A&E's Homicide Squad New Orleans returns.
You have no idea what you're about to walk into.
Call is 911.
I can't bleed out.
Nerves are on 1,000.
Alone, they are determined.
You get one chance at this.
That's a lot of pressure.
Together, they are unstoppable.
This is really insane. We need to find this dude.
It's a whole operation.
Hey, cover!
We will deliver justice.
Homicide Squad New Orleans. New season premieres Thursday at 9. A crime and investigation event only on A&E.
This is an ad by Regain Couples Therapy. Let's be honest. Loving your partner doesn't mean you always like them, and guess what? That's normal. Regain offers couples therapy that's flexible, affordable, and 100% online. Whether you're reconnecting or working through conflict, Regain is here to support you both. See why people wish they'd tried couples therapy sooner. Visit regain.com/couplespod to get 10% off your first month. That's regain.com/couplespod.
Not everyone understands house music. It's a spiritual thing, a body thing, a soul thing. A soul thing.
Thanks for joining me on the Everything and Anything in a Bit Gay podcast. Today, my guest is Ricky Rebel. He is an American singer-songwriter, a dancer, a musician, a recording artist. He started in a boy band as a lead vocalist called No Authority. He was signed to Michael Jackson's MJJ label and later Madonna's Maverick label. So welcome to the show, Ricky. You have an awesome, awesome background.
Thank you for having me, Zach. How are you?
Good. So how did you get started in the music industry?
I started really young, around, I think I booked my first job when I was around 11 years old.
Okay.
I started singing in movie soundtracks like Anastasia and Apollo 13. And then I booked my first film, I think when I was 16 years old.
Okay.
It was Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. Yeah, I had to get emancipated for that actually in order to do the film.
Oh, really? Your parents didn't want you to do it?
Well, it was just one of those things where if you were a minor, you had to be emancipated to
Got
do
it.
certain films.
Okay.
And I wanted to do the film, so that's what we did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And did your family have kind of a background in music or acting or anything? Were they creative, or this is just something that you discovered on your own?
No, they're not singers or dancers or anything like that. My father's a carpenter. My mother's a court reporter. But I just from a very young age wanted to do this. I saw Madonna perform
Okay.
like a virgin on MTV.
Yeah.
And I knew that's something that inspired me for some reason. You know, her rolling around
Yeah.
in a wedding dress and kind of messing up, you know. I thought that was cool because she wasn't hitting the right notes. She wasn't doing anything, quote, right. Because I started off as a gymnast and everything had to be perfect.
Yeah.
And so I saw an art form where I didn't really have to be perfect and still be beautiful, you know? So,
Yeah, I don't think people know that her shoe fell off and that's why she ended up falling on the ground, rolling around. And it's that's what made
yeah,
history in so many ways. So it's kind of funny. When you were
yeah,
signed to her label, did you ever get to meet her?
I did.
And how was that?
It was at first scary because the producer I was working with, Ronnie Jerkins, he called me. He said, "Ricky, get your butt over here right now. You just don't even ask questions. Just come to the studio." And I'm like, "All right," because he was working on a song for us. And in the other room, there was somebody. I pretty much knew who it was
Yeah.
just by his tone because he
Yeah.
knows that I'm obsessed with her. And I could hear her screaming in the other room at her producers or whoever she's screaming at. I don't
Yeah.
know, her managers. I'm like, "Oh my God, I recognize that scream. I love it." And my mom was terrified for me to meet her because she didn't want me to burst my bubble of, Madonna.
Yeah.
But I knew she was, can we cuss on this
You can say
podcast?
whatever you want.
I knew she was a bitch.
Yeah.
I read all the biographies. I knew everything about her. So that's what happened. I walked down the hall and she was in the room on the phone and she gave me this look I'll never forget of disgust, a scowl, because I was looking in the room and I was just a kid, I was
Yeah.
18 or something. But we ended up meeting outside of the studio at Larrabee Studios, and she was playing with her daughter on my friend's truck. And so that gave us a perfect opportunity that, okay, Ricky, you're going out there. And they had to like drag me out there to go meet her.
Yeah.
So I was really nervous. And then we just ended up having this like beautiful conversation. She was really sweet, apologetic. She's very apologetic. I'm so sorry for playing in your car with my daughter. And she's a very sweet person. She's very guarded.
Yeah.
And then later on, she, a couple years later, signed us to her record label. We were in need of a label that was going to like give us the kind of love that we needed and deserved. The group is called No Authority. It was like it's a pop group.
Yeah.
And they put us on tour with Britney Spears, Guy Oseary, the A&R, or I guess he's the president of the label, or is Madonna the president? I can't recall. But anyway, Guy Oseary is like her manager and everything. He signed us as well. And they treat us really well on Maverick. And best label I've ever been with in my life, because I was with Sony first with Michael's label, Michael Jackson.
Did you get to meet him as well?
I did.
And how was he?
I have some fun memories with him at Neverland Ranch. He's really nice. Like again, another. Well, I think he's more kind than she is. A little more human. He's very human, sweet, shy. Human and fun. He liked to go on the rides, so we went on the rides all the time. And and the four-wheelers. So we drove a lot of four-wheelers together. And these are my heroes. I mean, they still to this day are. There's nobody I look up to more as far as musically speaking. They're my, the king and queen of pop.
So you toured with Britney. How was touring with Britney? Like, how was she?
Brittany's wonderful. She is very sweet, another sweet person. You notice the theme here.
Yeah.
I think very sweet people become the greatest of all time, like Marilyn Monroe and whatnot, because of the vulnerability that they possess.
What is your thoughts on Britney's state now, where I follow her on Instagram like most people do, and she's, doing her little spins around and stuff. And I just wish she would make like good music again. I just feel like that there's something mentally off, and I hope she gets help. Like, I don't know what's going on with her. And what are your thoughts?
There's a lot going on there. The moment I met her on tour, we were on the Oops, I Did It Again tour. I knew right away that she was too vulnerable for this industry. She was too sweet. She was too kind, too trusting. I got that instinct from her when we would talk. I'm like, you're way too trusting for this industry.
Yeah.
You're beautiful and you're, beautiful spirit. But I think she's just been taken advantage of. I would love to be friends with her. We're kind of neighbors. She's in Calabasas. I'm like near that area as well. I would love to one day just come to her house and do Pilates. She needs a friend, someone to come over to her house and do Pilates, and not really want, anything from her other than just her friendship.
Yeah.
Somebody to brush her hair.
I'm with you there. Yes.
I would brush her hair. I would record her too. I'm making really good music in my studio. I'm not just like tooting my own horn here. I'm going to be working with Lil Wayne. I'm going to have a new song coming out with Lil Wayne. I have a song coming out with Snoop Dogg. So I'm doing some really fun stuff in my studio, not just like pop music, but like hip hop, R&B, and rock.
Yeah. So are you kind of you've done a lot of pop. So are you kind of switching over to doing different? Are you switching over to kind of more hip hop and doing more R&B than you are pop? Are you kind of expanding, or are you going to move totally over maybe to that side?
Well, that's been the hardest part of my career, is just kind of figuring out like my sound, my quote sound, because I like so many different types of things. And I was raised in pop and R&B, specifically because of the boy band, the pop group No Authority. We were very heavy with R&B education. So, all of it, working with Rodney Jerkins, like, one of the greatest R&B producers of all time. So I think like my whole education is stemmed from that. So I keep coming back to that no matter where I stray. I'll do pop music primarily, of course. That's like my, I can't not make pop. but it kind of veers off sometimes to like rock and EDM and everything, but it always kind of leads back to soul music, right? And that's where I'm kind of at right now. I'm
Yeah.
leaning, my voice is feeling very soulful, which is good.
How did you end up moving away from being in a boy band or being in there and then doing a solo career? Like, what kind of made you like, I need to do my own thing?
Well, it kind of forced. I was forced to do that. I was forced to pick up the pieces after, 9/11. The music industry died and we got
Yeah.
dropped from our label. And I had to learn how to, I mean, they wanted to make, we weren't dropped. Our producer manager at the time really screwed things up. They wanted to make another album, but he screwed things up. So it didn't work out. And I had to pick up the pieces. And that's when I started producing music and I picked up Pro Tools and play the guitar and started writing my own songs that I wanted to do.
Yeah. That's pretty
So I'm
awesome
very
that you just did it on your own like that. That's great.
thank you. It was definitely a learning process.
Yeah. So I read that you are an advocate for the LGBTQ community. What does that mean?
That means that I love LGBT people. It means that I've been working with LGBT my whole life, whether it's in theater, stage,
Yeah.
movies, music, fashion, every aspect of my life. I've been intertwined with people within the LGBT community.
Yeah.
I get along with them very well when they get to know me very well, not my online presence, not the persona that is Rebel,
Yeah.
but when they get to meet me as a person, Ricky or Richard, my
Yeah.
born name, um, we get along like this. Like I can link with them pretty well.
Yeah.
I like
Cool.
I like the way I like the way we shit talk each other and give each other shit and
Yeah.
read, I like drag queen culture or drag queens in general,
Yeah.
the art form. And I think a lot of my music, like, really um, is a reflection of that. One of my biggest songs I've ever written, the Billboard Top 40 hit song, "Boys and Sometimes Girls." It
Yeah.
was like a dance club hit.
Yeah.
It was in the dance club charts because of Hector Fonseca, the DJ, big major DJ, like took another, LGBT DJ, like took me in under his wing, and then it got a lot of support from that community. So, and it's a song about being bisexual.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
just very honest.
Yeah. Awesome. Are you bi, straight, gay? What's or you're
I'm
not saying what you are?
no, like I'm a bi
Okay.
person, but I always say I'm like 2% bisexual.
Okay. Cool. I think everybody's a little bi or a little gay or
You
something,
know
you
what I
know?
mean? Yeah. I've had girlfriends a lot in the beginning of my life, all the
Yeah.
way until I got like traumatized.
Okay.
I got fucked over
Yeah.
by this one girl. It really screwed me up. So I'm
Yeah.
not saying that's the reason I turned mostly gay, but it was a big thing.
Yeah. So do you like to tour? Like, would you love to do like a huge world tour again?
Oh God, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. That I live for that possibility, of course.
Yeah. Isn't it exhausting though? But I mean, I guess it pays off because you get to like go out and I'm assuming you're so energized on stage and you just got this crowd and stuff. So I'm assuming it's insane the feeling that you get with all those people in the audience. So tell me like why you would want to do it.
Zach, I would do it every single day of my life if I
Wow.
could. It's, but I would do it with my friends. That's the difference between who I was when I was doing, whatever I was doing when in the beginning of my rebel career.
Hmm.
And I didn't know authority. I didn't really care about who I was with. I just wanted to be, I want to be the top. I want
Yeah.
this. I want that. Very ambitious, very, you know, goal oriented. But now I'm like, I want to have fun with my friends
Yeah.
in that atmosphere.
Yeah.
That's like my number one thing. I used to be extremely competitive, and now that's softened. I got humbled with certain things that happened in my life recently. Um, You might want to bring it up. I don't know if you're going to, but
Tell me what you're referring to. I'm not sure.
you don't know that you mean how the whole world like turned into shit in 2015 up to now.
I
Meaning
mean,
like no,
I do know that part of it, and then I know
I'm
we
just
went.
saying no, I'm saying like the culture war.
Okay, yep,
Okay. The canceling of people,
yes,
that
yes.
war
Okay,
happened. And I got in the mix of all of that.
okay,
And upset certain factions of people like LGBT community, for instance. I
yeah,
didn't really that, you know, I had to take responsibility for, I said what I said, I did what I did, and they had their reaction. Everyone's allowed to have their reactions. But that whole time period really made me appreciate, you know, camaraderie, friendship, true friends, not just people who like you because you agree with everything they say,
yeah,
but because, true friends that are like, you know what? I disagree with you on this point of view, but I love you for who you are as a person because of all the other aspects of who you are that I love. And might not like that part of you or like that idea, but I like all of this. So it made me realize like, okay, a lot of my friends who I thought were my friends, um,
Did you say something wrong or say something controversial? Because I don't know about it. So
did you Google me, Zach?
I did Google you, and I watched some of your music and videos and stuff, and
Oh, good,
yeah, so I
good.
know who you are. I
Okay,
just that did not come up. Maybe it's not on the first page of Google anymore for you, which is
that's good.
maybe a good thing that
I love
it's
that because
maybe
I've
it's
worked really, really hard to steer the ship
okay. So
in the
yeah, so you
in
know what? Let's
the
not
right
talk about
direction.
it then. That way, it's not out there anymore. So
And yeah, it's like not even in the
okay,
ether.
I
It's
didn't
like
see
not even there.
anything negative about you online. I seen all good things about you
I
online. So
love that. But every celebrity or every person who's like
yeah,
doing it is going to have controversy. Is going to have some haters. So it comes with the territory,
yeah,
But like I have done so much in my career to just really just steer my ship in the direction that we are at now, Zach, where we're just like not we're just like we're talking about the music. We're talking about the stuff that really matters.
yeah,
And back to like your question about going on tour. That is I live for the stage. I live for making people happy through music, through art, through fashion, but I want to do it with my friends. And that's why I'm working with my friends of 15 years, some
yeah.
people going back 20, 15 years, and we're making music together. It's a new group that we started called SDVM. It's like a Daft Punk kind of like disco electro
It's funny that you
clash
say 15 or 20
project.
years. I know how old you are because I did Google you, and so I know how old you are, but you don't even look like you it looks like when you were you look like if when you were 15 or 20 years ago, you probably would have been in kindergarten or preschool because you have a very young look, so good for you.
Thank you,
Um,
Zach. It's the lighting. I got
no, it's
strong
good
lighting.
skin and genes too, I think, so good for you.
Thank you.
I have another question kind of around your
All
music.
right.
So you've done a little bit around rock and pop. What inspires you more? Like what and have you and now it sounds like you're kind of going into, like you said, you're working with Snoop Dogg and Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Who inspires you, I should say, and what inspires you? Not more who, but like what inspires you? Like, are you doing like meditation? Are you doing Pilates? And you're like, oh, I'm inspired. Are you taking a
Mm.
trip somewhere and something inspires you? Like, what's your inspiration for kind of creating this new music?
I love working out.
Okay,
I love working out. I work out like 3 or 4 times. I lift weights.
okay,
It's very good stress relief. I find that if I don't work out, they just problems arise
yeah, yeah.
mentally. That keeps me in the zone, and I love the steam room after. It's so nice to get in the steam room. It's really good for my voice. I also love Pilates. I'm actually a certified instructor in Pilates.
Oh
I
wow,
love it. Yeah, I said I have a reformer at my house too. Um, it's amazing. What else inspires me? Lately, I've been listening to a lot of like Carl Jung videos about his works, like his writings, and the study of the shadow integration, integrating your shadow, how to be who you really are, and how validation comes from within. Like nothing is, we're never going to get any validation from the outside world that's ever going to be fulfilling for us. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And the only validation that ever really exists is the validation inside of yourself.
Yeah.
It's really that simple and that complex. So I'm studying like a lot of that. And I love that because that's where I'm at right now in my head. I'm really like about like, okay, I've accomplished X, Y, Z. I've done all this stuff. And now I'm on to like, how can I feel more of who I am
Hmm.
and feel like that's enough, not having to do all kinds of extra, uh, I don't know, distractions, I guess.
Mhm.
That, are you enough? For instance, like when you do a show, like the question is like, can you just get the mic and just sing it or not sing it or lip sync it or I don't
Yeah.
know, dude,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like if you're whatever I'm feeling, that's what's right.
Yeah.
Whatever I want to do, that's what's right. If I like the song, if I love the song, we're done with the conversation. It's over. The art is done.
Yep.
If I'm happy with my performance, we're done.
Yeah. Awesome.
And so it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's taken me a long time
Yeah.
to get to that point.
We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. And I have some great questions for Ricky about who's on his Spotify playlist. So we'll be right back in one moment.
This is an ad by Regain Couples Therapy and features real testimonials.
This was our first time trying therapy, and honestly, it was long overdue. Looking back, we just wish we had started sooner.
Regain's qualified therapists help couples when they can't get there on their own.
We thought it was intimacy issues, but Andrea helped us uncover a deeper root cause we hadn't even realized was there.
Visit regain.com/couplespod to get 10% off your first month. Regain, couples therapy that works.
All right, we're back with Ricky. And Ricky, my question is, who is on your Spotify playlist right now?
Oh my gosh. I just watched this movie called Lost Highway by David Lynch, director David Lynch.
Yes.
One of my favorites.
I lost your video for a second. Go ahead.
One of my favorites. He did a movie called Blue Velvet. Everybody has to watch that film. It's
Okay.
one of my favorite films of all time. It's really intense. But anyway, Lost Highway, they played Marilyn Manson, they had David Bowie and Nine Inch Nails, Trent Reznor, they had this really great song called I by the Smashing Pumpkins. And I remember that song. I was like, this is a very old movie,
Yeah.
like 2000s sometime.
Okay,
And
I've heard of it before. Yeah, I thought it was older. Yeah.
It's older. And just that soundtrack, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
So I would like repeat Smashing Pumpkins. I like when I get in that mood because normally I'm in like Sabrina Carpenter and the whole like I'm a big brat. I'm a huge brat.
Yeah, I get onto
Charlie
like
XCX.
yeah, I'm on the same. I'm on that train right now with all those artists. So Chapel Run,
Yeah,
like
Chapel.
I keep listening to Pink Pony Club like 25 times in a row. I'm like, okay, I've got to get this out of my system because whenever I lay down at night and I try to go to sleep. I'm a horrible sleeper anyway. I'm like, I had that song in my head. It's because I've listened to it 25 times today, and I have to stop doing that. So
Yeah. I was huge on her when she came out with all her stuff. She did an amazing job at the Grammys. I was there.
God,
I
you
got to go to
were.
the
She was
Grammys.
so
Yes.
good.
Yes, she was fantastic, and Chapel was amazing. The performers, Deutsch, how do you pronounce her name? Deutsche?
Was that the same year that was she there whenever Tracy Chapman was there with that country music singer?
Yeah, Tracy
Oh my
Chapman
God.
was there. Yeah,
Did you get to see her perform that Fast
yeah,
Car?
yeah. I saw the whole show.
Oh my God. I
It was
watched
one of the
that
greatest
video.
shows.
I watched that video over, I think it was, what was that guy's name? Luke, was it Luke? Oh God. I don't know. I'm not a country music fan, but I follow him on Instagram
They
now.
killed it. She killed it.
She was so
I know exactly what you're talking about.
good. And
She
I
killed
was
it. Both of them killed it.
They both killed it. And I respected him so much as a country singer singing with a lesbian Black woman. Like, I just like it. I loved it so much. And they were
You like
so, and he just respected her. Like, he respected that was her song too. It was such an awesome performance. So,
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
The whole show.
The whole show. So you do a co-host of a show called The Rebel Report. So tell me about that.
Yeah, it's on NBC News and iHeartRadio. It's really fun. It's with my dear friend, Dr. Marissa Pei,
Okay.
the Asian Oprah. She has coined the Asian Oprah. She is a blast. We go every other Friday. It's no longer called the Hollywood Rebel Report. It's a show called Straight Talk. And we do it every other Friday. I'm a co-host on the show. And we just talk straight about whatever is on our minds, about what the topic of the day is. And the show is it's really focused on positivity. That's another thing about my life I'm into right now is really focusing on the positive things about my life and about myself.
Yeah.
Because she said, 70%, if not more, of our thoughts are on the loop and they're negative. Like, it's like scientifically proven. We have a negative loop 70% of the time or 80% of the time. So we need to balance it out.
Yeah.
So what we do with the show is we just kind of think about, okay, what are 8 things that I like about myself? Oh, I'm bold, I'm fun, I'm inspiring, I'm artistic, whatever it is. You got to say it though. I mean, we make the audience play the game as well. And at first it was the hardest thing for me to think about, okay, what do I love about myself? What do I appreciate about myself? It was the craziest thing. This is crazy hard because you're taught to not boast about yourself. You're taught to not
be more humble.
To be humble, and it is not true if you say it.
Yeah.
That's I hate that. If you say you're smart, you're like, oh well, smart people don't say they're smart. It's like, oh brother.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So it's just teaching you how to be really observant of what are the positive things in your life. And then when you start to look at the positive things in your life, more positive things start to manifest.
Yeah.
It's really that simple.
So I believe in manifestation because I started doing it recently, a year ago. I don't know what I watched some interview or documentary or some show or something where they were doing it. I'm like, I'm going to try it. And so I have another podcast with who he worked with Madonna. His name is Slam. He was in the movie Truth or Dare and went on tour with her on the Blind Ambition tour.
What was it?
Slam. He was the guy.
Slam. Yeah, I know who Slam is.
Yeah, everybody knows who Slam is. So him and I have a podcast called the Alphabet Mafia podcast.
Oh,
and
fun.
We we have 3 more episodes and season 1 is done. And we've already recorded all of season 2. And we're already into season 3. And we've got some really great people. We got Cheyenne Jackson. We're going to get Bianca Del Rio. We got Allison Wright. We've got some really major people on there. And it was all, because of who he is also, but also because when I wanted to do a co-host podcast, I had 4 people in mind. And I interviewed him on my show and then I hung up. When we ended the podcast, I'm like, God, I told my husband, I really liked him as a person. I didn't think I would so much.
Yeah.
And we ended up texting back and forth with each other. And then I said, hey, I am thinking about doing a co-hosted podcast. Would you have any interest? And he goes, yeah, maybe. Yeah. And we talked about it more. And I had 3 other people that were on the list and I ended up crossing them out one after the other. And then he said, can I call you? It was a Sunday night. Can I call you? And I said, sure, call me. And we started talking. And I thought he was calling me to tell me yeah, I might edit the podcast. I got too many other things going on. But instead he had ideas and we ended up doing it. And we vibe so well together now. And every day I do my manifestation about our podcast. And he's just amazing. And he's become a great friend and he's just a great person. And our show is all about being positive. We're not talking about all the Trump shit. We're not talking about any of that negativity. the world's negative right now. We're trying to let people go to another podcast or figure all that out somewhere else.
Good
Do
for
we need
you.
to talk about Trump and stuff at some point? We're not going to, me and Slam, but it does need to be talked about, just not on our show. Like, let people come to our show for 45 minutes or an hour a week and like escape it. And that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we're on the same page as it. So
Absolutely. It's like an oasis away from the chaos, away from
exactly.
the drama. And it's so funny. You're on the same exact path, like
Yeah.
wavelength.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool.
Who would you want to perform or collaborate with that you haven't? Like, who's your dream?
My dream collaborator. Of course, Madonna.
Yeah.
Of course. Besides that, I've been thinking about that lately. There's so who's really great, honestly, is like Trent Reznor. He makes really good pop records. He did
Huh.
one with Halsey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That would be interesting.
Yeah. I just thought of that now. I was like, I think I need to work with him.
Yeah. And do you so you do this bi-weekly show with Dr. Marissa. Is that something that you would want to expand and do more of? Like, would you want to do a daily show on iHeart or Sirius, or is music too much of what you want you got to continue doing that? And that's the path you need to stay on.
I'm kind of letting God and the universe kind of guide me. And like you said, you're just going with the flow of the universe and letting it kind of move you. So if that's the path that transpires, then that's what's going to happen for me. Yeah, more podcasting, more types of acting. I'm open to all types of possibilities. But what seems to be pulling me right now, like people wanting me to perform and get on stage again and produce for them.
That's awesome.
So I think that's kind of like pulling me right now. But I'm open. I'm open to that
Do
possibility.
you ever write songs for other artists?
That's what I did with this whole Lil Wayne project. It was my friend who needed a writer, and he needed and then he asked me if I wanted to sing on it, and I was like, okay, yeah, yes, I'll sing Lil Wayne. You.
Yeah.
Jeremy Cyrus, Cyrus. So yeah.
And tell me about
I
your
wrote the whole
fashion.
thing.
You have a cool fashion sense. So tell me about it.
Oh, thank you. Well, I've been working with my stylist, Elena Nazarov, for over 7-8 years now.
Okay.
She is my girl. She found me on the red carpet, and she loved my androgynous nature.
Yeah.
This kind of boy, girl thing, man, woman. And she wanted to accentuate that a lot. So we went to the Cannes Festival in 2018 or 17, and I wore like this like beautiful gown, but she wanted to juxtapose it with like chains and leather pieces and very masculine, balancing. So a lot of our looks had back in that time period were about balancing masculine and feminine energy, and we're still doing that to this day. It's always like a balance. She never wants me to go too far to the one way or the other.
That's awesome.
It's always kind of like this nice middle ground. But we work very well together. I tell her what I want, what I'm envisioning, and we just kind of move with it. Right now, my fashion is like just boyish, going back to my roots of, I guess, the boy band era, just kind of, I'm feeling very, I just want to wear jeans, and I want to feel like I'm enough in a sweater and a t-shirt, and that's that. Yeah.
What is your mom and dad, are they like super proud of your career and everything you accomplished?
Oh yeah. Yeah. 100. From the beginning, they've been very supportive of me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So if you want to learn more about Ricky, I'm going to give you, I'll put this all in the description of the podcast or the video you're watching, but check out his Instagram. So it's Ricky Rebel Rocks is his Instagram name. He's got some awesome content up there. Go check him out. And I have to say, I love the hair in your profile picture and your Instagram picture. That's really great. His website is RickyRebelRocks.com. So check it out. There's a lot of great content that he has on there as well. And you're on Spotify, Apple Music, you're on it all. So, and you are an amazing person. And you're not, I'll just have to say, you're not who I thought you were going to be before we started the interview. Like, whenever I was approached to interview you, I was like, okay. And you're not at all what I thought. You're much more humble, and I don't know what I had in my head who I thought you were going to be, but you're not what I thought. You're very down to earth and very kind, like, if that's the right adjectives to talk about.
Thank you.
But you're a really nice person. So I'm really glad I got the opportunity to talk with you. And so I hope you get that world tour soon, because when you do, I'm buying front row tickets, just so you know. So
Thank you, Zach.
all right. Well, thanks so much for being on. Be sure to follow again Ricky on Instagram. All of it will be, and visit his website. It will all be in the description. And thanks everybody for listening. And be sure to subscribe to the podcast. And we'll talk to you next week.
Not everyone understands house music. It's a spiritual thing, a body thing, a soul thing, a soul thing. Not everyone understands house music.
This is an ad by Regain Couples Therapy. Let's be honest, loving your partner doesn't mean you always like them, and guess what? That's normal. Regain offers couples therapy that's flexible, affordable, and 100% online. Whether you're reconnecting or working through conflict, Regain is here to support you both. See why people wish they'd try couples therapy sooner. Visit regain.com/couplespod to get 10% off your first month. That's regain.com/couplespod.